Awesome. So welcome to Mindful Connection Happy Hour number 4. Wow, we've made it through 4 weeks of this now. I only know that because that's the number of meditations we've done. So congratulations for making it through. It's been quite a month for us all, I know. As always, I want to turn our focus to where mindfulness came from. I think from a social justice perspective, it's important to honor where it came from. The origins of mindful meditation are really ancient religious spiritual practice from Eastern culture, Hinduism, Buddhism, and lots of other religions actually have a mindfulness component in them. We want to also begin by honoring the land we're on and all those who have lived on the land before it was stolen. We want to honor all of the enslaved peoples who were transported against their will and whose blood, sweat, and tears birthed the society in which we live. We honor all those who have chosen to live, work, and sacrifice in service to provide a sense of freedom and welfare for all. And finally, this week, above all, we honor the brave healthcare workers, grocery workers, delivery workers, and all other service workers who are on the front lines, putting the good and welfare of humanity above their own. So with that, please join me in a moment of gratitude for all of the people I just mentioned and anyone else who arises for you that you're thinking about right now that you'd like to honor at this time. Just take a moment. And with that, we say thank you, thank you, thank you, out of gratitude. I'd like to invite you for this guided meditation, to find yourself in your seated position. Just notice where you are. Notice the space around you. And just settle into the seat that you're in. Notice your breath. Notice how you're doing, what's coming up in your body, what emotions are arising. And I invite you to take a deep inhale at your own pace. And as you exhale, see what you can release. See what you can soften into in your body. We all hold stress throughout our bodies, and this is an opportunity to let at least some of it go. And if your eyes are closed, that's great. If you're gazing down, that's perfectly fine too. Whatever works for you in this moment. What I wanted to share with you today really is about the idea that our brains don't really know the difference between time and space. Our brains don't really have a concept of that. And what I mean by that is to say that when we have really great imaginations, we can actually imagine that we're doing something or in a place, and our brains don't know the difference between us being there and not being there. And that's phenomenal in this moment, while we are all isolated and separated, theoretically, or actually in the physical world we are. And this gives us an opportunity to imagine what it would be like to really be together in the same room. And as grateful as I am for Zoom and the technology that we have, there's nothing quite the same as having physical presence near you. So I'm going to invite you to consider whatever, let your imagination flow a little bit, and consider where your, for lack of a better word, your happy place is. So maybe you're out on the beach. Maybe you are, you're in Hawaii or in Bermuda or some beautiful location, and just imagine your body in that space right now. And if you can really imagine all of your senses, putting that in, like how it smells and what you're seeing. For me, I love the beach, and so I think about the sound of the waves and the sound of the birds flying overhead, and the smell of the ocean, and the looking out at the water with the sun glistening. This is my happy place. You may have your own. Wherever that is, I invite you to use all of your senses to really be in that place. And as you do that, just notice what happens to your body. Notice how your body melts just a little bit. The realer you can make it in your mind, the calmer, more peaceful your body can be. So I'm going to go through the senses and just invite you to consider what your responses would be to the following. What do you see? Look around. Notice the details. Notice the colors. Notice the light. What do you hear? This is in your imagination, so in your imagination you can have perfect sight and perfect hearing, and noticing what sounds are coming up for you. What do you smell? What do you taste? And what do you feel? What are your hands touching? Maybe your feet, what are they touching? And I invite you to go into your body and notice what emotions are arising. What kind of energy is coming up for you inside or outside your body? You feel the spirit of the place that you're in. You feel the energy. Can you breathe that in? I invite you to take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, sink into the place that you are. I'm going to give you a few moments just to sit in that space, noticing whatever it is you notice, allowing your emotions to go where they will. Settle into the comfort, the sense of peace or joy or whatever else it brings up for you. And anytime other thoughts start to cloud your mind, you can be grateful for the thoughts and then let them go and come back to this place. That's the practice. Enjoy it. When you're ready, take a deep breath in and exhale. And know, as you continue to your breathing, just be aware that this place, wherever you took yourself, wherever your imagination took you, is available to you any time of day. Whenever you're feeling anxious or stressed, if you can take a moment and go to that space and just breathe in it, your brain actually thinks you're there. And I love that. I love that we have access to that at any moment. It's a beautiful tool. It's a beautiful practice that allows us to escape a moment if we need to, really get away. We talk about, going on vacation or getting away. And we can do that in our minds right now because we can't do it. We can't take a plane, but we can take a vacation in our minds. So I invite you to use that tool throughout the week, as especially this weekend as the numbers peak and all of that. We may need that even more so. So I thank you so much for the opportunity, and I appreciate your being here. And I want to thank you. Yeah.